If you think that having that 700 credit score is gonna get you ready to walk in that bank and get $100,000 in business capital, think again. Because what most business owners don't realize is the score is it's only one piece to the missing puzzle. But don't worry, I'm gonna break all this down for you, because in today's lesson, I'm gonna be breaking down why that 700 credit score is usually not just enough for these banks and lenders to get the capital you're looking for. So what I want you to do right now is go grab your pen and paper. No, seriously, go grab it. It's gonna be a good one. And without further ado, let's dive in. All right, ladies and gents, business owners, whoever's really watching this, here's the thing, okay? When lenders review your credit report, they're not just looking at the score, okay? They're looking at the story, what your credit file tells them about you. Yes, you do have a 700 credit score. You know, that's awesome. That's great. It's a very small percentage, you know, in this country about the people that actually have 700 credit scores, but it just checks one box, okay? It just checks one box in their system. That doesn't mean that you're actively going to get approved for what you're actively looking for. Why, you might add, is because your credit profile could be missing the depth lenders need to feel more confident in giving you serious capital and serious funding. Listen to what I'm telling you, because your score is made up of a few main parts. And I feel like a lot of you are kind of jumping over this and forgetting this. How often you pay on time, which you do. Okay, you have a 700 credit score. That's awesome. How much of your credit that you're using, are you making sure that your utilization is below 10%? It is? Okay, great. How long have you had your accounts? You had them for 2 years, 3 years? Okay, great, awesome. How many new accounts have you opened? Yes, that is a thing. And what type of accounts do you have? These are the things that you're forgetting. But here is what most people do not realize. Your score is just a summary, ladies and gents. It doesn't show lenders how you actually handle debt over time, because you can have a 700 credit score but still have negatives on your report. You can have a 700 credit score and have nothing on your credit report. And you're probably in one of those two buckets, and you need to understand it and get out of it, okay? Because that's where most entrepreneurs get stuck and sometimes just go to rot. I talk to business owners all the time who have, you know, really respectful and really good credit scores, 700, 720, and sometimes even higher. But when we pull their report, there's almost either nothing there or they have some type of negatives on their account. And then they say, well, I have a 700 credit score. It's like, yeah, but you still have some work that we need to do. All right. And then just to go back into the other bucket, besides just the negatives, you have no high limit credit cards, no auto loans, no mortgages, no personal loans, no old personal loans you had in the past. And sometimes it's just, you really just have a $300 or $500, you know, credit builder credit card on your credit report. And then you're asking for $100,000 in business funding. Let me ask you something. If you were the bank, right? Let me just take yourself out of yourself, all right? So let's just say you were a bank. Would you hand over 6 figures to me who's never borrowed more than $500? Probably not, right? Because you feel like you'll get in trouble. You feel like that's a big risk, right? You look good on paper, but you're not totally sure. That's basically what the banks are doing, because banks don't want to always be the first ones to take a chance on you. I'm sorry. Some of them will, like credit unions, but certain banks that you're looking to get $100,000 from, they don't want to be the first ones to take a chance on you. So they want to see in the past, have this person handle consumer debt responsibly, all right, at high levels. That's what you need to understand. And this is what's hindering a lot of business owners. Because think about this like this. Having a 700 credit score with no serious credit history is like riding a bike with training wheels. Nothing wrong with that. But then you immediately want to hop on a full speed motorcycle. All right. I don't know if that example makes any sense. Because for all my motorcycle people out there, I hope it does. You know, I don't think that you can just go from training wheels to a motorcycle. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure you got to have some type of transition. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Just anyway. So let's talk about what lenders do, like what they actively want to see, because a strong credit profile usually has 3 big factors. Number 1 being credit mix, or mix of credit. That means not just credit builder credit cards, but real credit cards with decent limits, high limits. And if you're aiming for business capital, you want personal credit cards that show high limits, not just starter cards, okay? Now, I'm not saying there's something wrong with starter cards. If you have starter cards, I'm not telling you to get rid of them, okay? I'm not saying that. If you have a secure credit card, I'm not saying that that's going to stop you from getting capital. I'm not saying that, but you definitely have to start adding more mixture into it. You got to start looking for higher limits and more decent limits and things like that. You also want to look for installment loans. Installment loans help, and not just active installment loans, but old installment loans. People forget that accounts stay on your file for 7 to 10 years, even if it has positive history. So like car loans, auto loans, mortgage loans, anything like that. I'm not telling you to go out and buy a home to look good on paper. I'm just giving you examples, okay? You also want to look at installment loans. These help as well. These are like car loans, personal loans, mortgages, anything like that. And no, I'm not telling you to go out there and go get a home just to look good on your credit file. I would never tell you to do that. It's crazy. But I want to show you how lenders can view your file if you have a mixture of these type of loans and high limit credit cards on your credit report, because this is actively going to help you tremendously. Okay, you can have a mixture of, personal loans, maybe an auto loan that you had in the past. Don't forget that, again, certain accounts stay on your file for 7 to 10 years, especially with positive history. So even if it shows that it was paid off in the past, it still can actively help you today. The second thing is you might need a little bit of time. The longer that you've had your account open in good standing, the more comfortable lenders feel. And if everything on your report was open in the last 6 months, sometimes that can look a little shaky and a little risky, but just to be real, a lot of companies and a lot of banking institutions kind of put this on the back burner. It's not as important because they understand, you opening new accounts, your credit agent is going to take a dip no matter what. But I just want to give you that information just to say I gave it to you. The third thing I need you to understand is you need history of use and responsible use. That means that you've actually been using your credit cards, keeping your balances low, and paying everything on time every single month. Lenders want to see a pattern: borrow, manage, repay. Let me say it again: borrow, manage, repay, over and over and over. So again, the goal isn't just nice scores. The goal is to have a track record, okay? Make sure that you pay everything on time. And I know you're probably wondering, hey, as long as I'm paying something on time, it shouldn't matter what the limit is or anything like that. It should show that I can definitely handle this. Got business owner, let me be practical for a second. One of the best moves that you can make right now is to ask for a credit limit increase on your credit cards, if you have not already, okay? Because you don't want super tiny limits on your report. If you're trying to access high limits on the business side, $20, $50, $100,000 in total funding, it really helps. I'm telling you, it really helps if your personal side shows that you've already been trusted with higher limits. Why? Because you're going to have to personal guarantee all of this capital anyway, so you might as well show that you can handle consumer debt. Because think about it from the banker's point of view. Again, take yourself out of yourself. If you at your highest credit card limit is $500 and you're asking for $100,000 in business funding, that is a massive jump, okay? But if your personal card shows that you've had $25, $50, $10, $15, $20,000 limits, I'm just throwing numbers out there, and it shows that you manage them relatively well, that tells a different story. You don't jump from a Honda all the way up to a Bugatti or a Lamborghini or anything like that. You got to get an Audi first. You know what I'm saying? You can't just because you paid off that Honda does not mean you can walk in to a McLaren's dealership and ask for a McLaren just because you have a 700 credit score. They're going to tell you to walk right out. Now in this next section right here, I want to really paint the picture of just having credit builders on your account, because anybody can go get a credit builder and be like, yeah, I'll just build it up from there. Or you might have been doing that. But I just want to let you know right now, banks are starting to change up again, and they see credit builders as training wheels and not the motorcycle. Now, they can be a great starting point if your credit is brand new or damaged like mine was 5 to 6 years ago. But here's the problem. Some of you are trying to live your whole credit life on credit builders because of what you've heard on these YouTube videos, these Instagram 4-second videos, 5-second videos, because a dude had on, shades or whatever, and you just did that. And maybe I fall in that case. Maybe some a few years ago I was telling you that, but I'm telling you now that it just can't be that. You can't have just a bunch of no credit check credit bills on your account. A few self lenders, just that alone, and a starter trade line think that you're gonna get $100,000. Again, remember the bike example. All right. Only having credit builder trade lines and you're asking for $100K is a recipe for disaster. Don't do it. You definitely still have to get high limits of primary accounts on your credit report. So go grab your credit report, link in the bio. If you have to go get My Free Score Now, Identity IQ, check out what is going on in your report, and then actively go from there to see, okay, I just have credit builders. Let me try to build this. But hey, hold on. Let me just go ahead and add some authorized trade, trade lines. That's definitely going to help. No, because let's talk about that. A lot of people lean on authorized user trade lines. This isn't 2020, ladies and gents. There was a time when just adding yourself or adding an authorized user on your account from somebody else that had a big limit alone would just get you major funding. That's not it anymore. I'm telling you, you have to look stronger. AU trade lines are not as powerful as what they used to be, especially going after serious funding. Over the years, lenders and credit bureaus started noticing people were gaming the system. And they hate that, so they start patching things. So what do? They got smarter. So now today's lenders and scoring models start looking closely at primary and AU trade lines. Specifically, the ones in your names versus the ones that don't have your name on there. Because if you don't know, just because it's on your credit report, it's going to say authorized user. It doesn't always just say have your name or your information. So a lot of underwriting systems, they will sometimes separate that or move that to the side and still see what is going on behind the scenes on your active credit report. So your report might show that big, beautiful $20,000 credit card with years of payment history, but if it's only an AU trade line and that bank moves it to the side and it could only see that you have a $1,500 limit, now they're actively going to determine what they're going to do just off that $1,500 limit alone. I'm not saying every single bank is like that, but some are starting to move away from that, and that's going to hurt your internal risk score. So you want to make sure that your primary accounts look just as good as the AU trade lines. So now with all that information being said, you have to really take a close look at your credit report, all right? Trying to get $100,000, there's certain qualifications you have to check off. And yeah, you got the 700 credit score, but you don't want to continuously just have that. You have nothing on your file. You keep getting denied, or you keep getting relatively low limits, or you have to consistently call the reconsideration line to get a second opinion, and now you're getting $2,000 limits when you were looking for $100,000. That's you don't want that. All right. So try to use all this information in this video, and I promise you, you will get to where you need to go. It might take you a little longer, but it's definitely going to be worth it. Now, I know a lot of you are probably wondering, like, man, that's a lot. I thought I was going the right way. I'm not going the right way. I still need some assistance. Then don't worry, I got you, because I've been doing this for a while with me and my team. And what we want to Now, I know a lot of you are probably listening to this and it's like, man, I went this way, it's definitely not where I need to go, or man, I'm missing certain things, or this is going to take me a while. Then don't worry, I got you, because what I can do is, with me and my team, you can schedule and click the link below to sign up for a capital consultation, and we help with stuff like this all the time. It's not just getting the capital, ladies and gents. It's about a handheld process to help you to make sure that your credit report is in order, your business entity structuring is where it needs to be, and then we plug you in with the business and banking sequences to get you 100, 150, even $300,000 in capital if needed. All right. Stuff like this doesn't just fall out of the sky. So you're definitely going to need a plan of action from somebody experienced so you can get the capital you're looking for to start and or scale. So again, what I want you to do is click the link below right now to schedule that capital consultation so we can help you. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I hope that this helps one of you guys, or even just sparks that idea and information in your head so you'll be able to actively get the capital that you're looking for to scale your business. Or you're like, you know what? I'm glad that he said this. Now I'm able to really know what I need to put on my checklist to make sure that I'm ready to get that capital I'm looking for. And if you do that, let me know in the comment section and how it's working for you. Again, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen.